Yo. That's all I got. Hold on. Let me pull some more cards. Past, present, oh. Future. Breaking the line. Ooh, you're gonna do some wild, brave shit. You're gonna disrupt the old guard. You're gonna shake things up. You're gonna be like a beacon of light and truth. And, emancipation and freedom. I love that. Okay, cool. How? By standing up for what's right. It's like you broke free of some programming or some mind control. Some sort of thing like that. And you're going to be able to expose a secret society. Or bring to justice those that do that sort of thing. And so if this is the moment where you're deciding to be free and be wild and tap into that part of yourself that is honest and courageous and does the right thing even though it's the hard thing to do, it might be walking away from a group or a family or an environment that maybe I shouldn't have pushed play yet. Hold on. What the fuck is that? Hold on. The fuck is that? Slippery little devils that you were working with. Some real slippery little slick snakes that you were working with. That do this stuff. That like to mind control people. And I'm getting children here. So you either got like put to work as a child. And it exposed you to some real sick, slick characters. Or you were just raised in a really toxic environment and not shown how to properly care for yourself. Or you weren't properly cared for when you should have been. You weren't really taught how to take care of yourself or protect yourself. It's like either your parent was overprotective where they did everything for you so that you were codependent and helpless and you needed them. Or they were just completely neglectful. And it's like they almost sold you off to the highest bidder. You know, like dance moms. Kind of shadow aspect. Stage mom. All the stories you hear. John Lydon. Johnny Rotten. Past with what? Or equal. What ex-Sex Pistol got excellent reviews from anti-porn rock activist Tipper Gore? Johnny Rotten. Something was rotten in the past with some of the people that you worked with or that your parents knew. And it caused you to protect yourself by either creating this fantasy world that you felt safe in. And it could be as mundane as just disappearing into movies or video games or books. Wait, what the fuck is Nancy Reagan? What White Houser caught flack for alleged spats with Patty Davis and Russia Gorbachev? Oh, yeah, Nancy Reagan. It's like some people that you were connected to. Maybe when you were young, you thought because they were in positions of power that they deserved to be, or they were good people, or they, you know, were someone to look up to. And now that you're getting older and wiser, you realize that it was just kind of predictive programming or just the naive way that a child looks at authority figures. You're the president. You're a policeman. And so if it's not that you were actually abused by corrupt individuals and were kind of mind controlled to be quiet about it or to take part in something, you're exposing it. If you're like, why? If you're asking the gods themselves, how could you let this happen to me? If it's a little bit more serious than just looking up to somebody, you know, if there is actual mind control or hypnotism involved, or programming, predictive programming, sacrifice, something like that, you're exposing it. That's what you're doing. It's like you're a higher officer of law. It's like there's the law of cause and effect. I would call that, you know, I don't know. It's like the law of gravity. That's one thing. And then there's higher law, where you kind of have to step in and show the universe that it's happening. You know, you had to kind of break through an impenetrable fortress to point out the corruption and the abuse. It's like I'm seeing that guy, the reporter that broke into the prison by pretending to be a prisoner to expose the corruption and abuse at every level that is unacceptable to everyone, that it doesn't matter who you are. We say, no, we don't agree to that. We don't treat people like that, whether they're prisoners or not. Okay? And by doing that, sexy little smile isn't going to work this time. Cocktail. Oh, cocktail. Breaking the line. So it's like almost your whole life was this undercover higher law operation where you had to expose these wolves in sheep's clothing. Whether they be directors, whether they be leaders of church groups or something, or church youth leaders. You know, you hear the horror stories. Trainers, managers, it's all coming out. There's this whole operation that's about to be toppled because you were courageous enough to say, hey, that happened to me too. Or literally, you breaking free is breaking some sort of a generational curse or a chain to something that you do not deserve to be chained to. It's not your karma. So you might have to be, if it's not exposing a wolf in sheep's clothing who, like I was saying, is like the president or pastor or preacher, the pope, something like that, a king. It doesn't matter who it is. This is about disrupting the old guard. What was acceptable back then is not acceptable now. And you might be the one to say no. And if it's not that, like I was saying, just you existing is bringing attention to it, and something can be done by those who are in position to do something. So you might not be in a position to actually topple everything. It's just you experiencing that and being observed by those whose attention you caught because of who you are in the spiritual world. Undercover boss sort of thing. You're exposing it. You're doing it. Your life is it. If it doesn't resonate that you need to speak out, and it resonates that just you existing has exposed this, that's what you're doing. And the only thing you have to do at this point is just let it go and move away from it. Walk away from it, and you'll be relaxing in Japantown, drinking cocktails. But you have to break the line. You have to deviate from the programming. You have to leave the comfort of the group because it's all an illusion. And you know that now. Or there's someone who's about to go down big time for the rest of their life for mind control, black magic, child abuse. Stand strong. Keep your boundaries up high. Like I was saying, just you existing, you're doing your job. You don't have to get crafty. You don't have to get slick. You can't out-monster the monster. But you can out-love them, and you can out-courage them easy. Just by keeping your chin held up high. And the higher power will come in and take care of the rest. So you keep your boundaries up. If you already know, you know. If you know they're a part of that club, you know. Time to roar. Time to howl. Time to deviate from the line. Time to be completely unmanageable. If you have any Taurus in your chart, tap into that. It's about your stability, your material comfort right now. Affection, beauty, to be understood, to be loved. None of that matters right now. Only justice, only what's right. So keep those boundaries up high and live your life with integrity, meaning being honest and fair, doing what's right, even if everybody else around you isn't. Even if you're the only one, and that's what that means. You will be rewarded. You're about to be retired, drinking margaritas on the beach, eating sushi. So hang in there. Keep your chin held up high. And this might just be a congratulations for breaking away from a hypnotism or a programming that could keep you stuck in a cycle for millions and millions and millions of lives or something. So you did something that a lot of people can't do or are unable to do in the way that you did, with a quickness and a ferocity. So congratulations, big kiss on the forehead, and thank you for your service from me. See you for the next one. Bye-bye.